Hi, I want to share with you the Torah portion this week called Shelach. It's taken from Numbers 13 verses 1 to Numbers 15 verse 45, as well as Joshua 2 verses 1 to 24. Now, Shelach means send out, coming from the scriptures I just said. Now let's look a little bit at the summary of what's happening in Numbers 13 verse 1 to Numbers 15 verse 45. Let's see what happened. The Lord spoke to Moses to send men to spy out the land of Canaan. 12 men were sent out to check out the land thoroughly. They saw that the fruit of the land was big and bountiful. They also saw that the people of the land were also big and bountiful. All 12 men returned to Moses and to the people of Israel. 10 gave an absolutely negative report simply because they were afraid of the people of the land. They even declared that they would never be able to take the land. The other two men, Joshua and Caleb, declared that they are more than able to take the land despite the size of the people. However, the 10 stirred up strife and rebellion among the people. The people cried terribly because of the bad report. Joshua and Caleb encouraged the people again. The people even wanted to choose a captain who would lead them back to Egypt. They also wanted to stone Joshua and Caleb, but the glory of the Lord appeared. The Lord was very displeased with his people. He threatened to bring his judgment against them. Moses interceded. The Lord pardoned, but he outlined the consequences for their rebellion. However, the people rebelled further against the Lord, only to their detriment. The Lord then outlined how the people were to worship him when they came into the promised land so that they would remember to obey him. Now let's look a little bit at Joshua chapter 2. Joshua sent out two men to spy out the city of Jericho. They went to a prostitute's house whose name was Rahab. The king heard that these two men entered the city. The king's men demanded that Rahab should reveal the location of the two men. She protected these two men. She told them how Jericho was absolutely paralyzed in fear because of Israel. She gave them an escape plan. They devised a method of saving the life of Rahab and those of her family when Jericho would be defeated. The two men returned to Israel safely and gave a good report of victory to Joshua. Now, here's a life lesson I want to share with you, and it's called never let fear rule in your heart. Fear has the capacity to stop you from entering your God ordained destiny. Fear cripples your ability to trust in the Lord. Fear grabs a hold of your heart and torments you. Yes, that's according to 1 John 4:18. Fear stops the Lord from leading you into his purpose. So, what should you do when fear comes? Refocus your eyes on Jesus Christ. Allow his love to rise up in you. Allow his love to cast out all fear. But how do you do this? And if you were to read Matthew 14, verses 22 to 33, it gives you some good key points, but I'll share some with you. Cry out to the Lord in prayer. Don't stop crying out to the Lord until he comes to your rescue. Break forth into worshiping the Lord. Refocus your eyes to see the original instruction which the Lord gave to you that fear tried to abort its fulfillment. And finally, begin to obey the Lord's word. I encourage you, never let fear rule in your heart.